Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got here.
Welcome, sisterines and brethrens, to Mount and Blade Bannerlord 2, a game in which you can forge a dynasty, topple kingdoms, and reshape the very fabric of a continent. Or, alternatively, get captured by 5 men and ransomed for pocket change within the first 20 minutes. We shall be doing both. We shall follow the story of our chosen hero, from rags to riches, from peasant to people's champion, from a man with nothing to a man with slightly more nothing but considerably more enemies. This is his story. But first, we must forge said hero in the fires of the character creator. Step 1. Culture. I have selected the Botanians, fierce woodland warriors, fiercely loyal to their traditional ways, their ancient forests, and presumably their deeply questionable personal hygiene. Step 2. Body type. I've opted for something I describe as neutral with gravitas. A voice that I can only hope one day will strike fear into the hearts of my enemies.
Cut them down! Get that move!
Or at the very least, cause mild discomfort. In the interest of balance and not completely breaking the game before it's began, I've decided to hinder our hero somewhat in the height department. He is not tall. He is, to put it diplomatically, concentrated. What he lacks in stature, he more than compensates in mass. On to the face. The goal here was simple. The bone structure of a Greek god. Specifically, one that has recently experimented with substances not approved by any physician. I've also given him eyes that suggests he has seen things. Unspeakable things. The overall effect is, I think, quietly devastating. Or possibly, just quietly concerning. Either way, he's our hero. Now, to max out the starting skill tree, I've gone with a silver-tongued squire boy. A goat salesman by trade and a philosopher by accident. A man who can talk his way into most situations and fight his way out of the rest, though both with highly variable results. Apparently, I also have a brother. His name is Nielsen. He is taller than us, which is frankly unnecessary information and will not be dwelt upon. The backstory is this. Raiders have kidnapped our younger siblings. But first, the name. It must exude the highest class while simultaneously suggesting the lowest, so that enemies might underestimate me. And so it is written, Hamworth the Squelcher of Botania is born into the world of Bannerlord. Our first task was to rescue our younger siblings. Taller brother Nielsen arrives with news of our progress, which I receive with the measured patience of a man who has already decided he knows best.
Are you sure about that? All right then.
Before saving the siblings, however, we needed to establish our sigil and family name. Hamworth the Seedbearer Squelcher. Masterful. Our banner, a giant pitchfork. Imposing, agricultural, and faintly threatening, with a smaller, more modest pitchfork beneath it to represent our fertility. Subtle, and with nothing but my loincloth, my boots, and the unshakable confidence of a man who has absolutely no business being this confident, I made haste through the valley. No armour, no plan beyond go forward and see what happens. Not far into my travels, Hamworth encountered his first victims.
Oi, what have we here? There's a tax for passage in these parts, traveller.
A small murder of looters, and I use the word murder both as a collective noun and as a statement of intent. They have made the catastrophic miscalculation of thinking they found an easy target. Rocks began pelting Hamworth's soft, baby-like skin. It was, frankly, like throwing pebbles at a kraken. Ineffective. Hamworth began to circle them slowly, deliberately, with the quiet menace of a man who absolutely knows what he's doing and is not simply going in circles because his horse is confused. They didn't realize it, but I was herding them, like the sheep they are. Lambs to the slaughter, gentlemen. Lambs to the slaughter!
Charge!
The first attempt resulted in what I can only describe as a mutually disappointing exchange of wounds. Both parties left that encounter slightly worse off, somewhat confused, and in Hamworth's case, leaking.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. Nobody!
This was not the legend-forging moment I had envisioned. The Kraken was bleeding. This was unacceptable.
For House Squelcher!
A success! Blood was drawn, specifically across the loins of a wary looter. Advantage, Hamworth. The Squelcher was beginning to live up to his name. Bugger! It appears I may have rather significantly overestimated Hamworth's abilities. After what I shall generously describe as a valiant attempt, Hamworth was taken captive by 5 warriors. After 5 grueling days of being dragged across the dirt, I'd negotiated my release by offering a sum of gold I had been storing for safekeeping in my rectum. Now, battle-hardened and slightly chafed, the adventures of Hamworth the Squelcher truly began. Learning from prior mistakes, specifically the mistake of fighting 5 men alone whilst wearing a loincloth, the first port of call was to visit the nearest village and hire some soldiers. With 6 of us now assembled, and having done the maths twice, I was confident we outnumbered my previous captors by exactly 1. They must have spotted Hamworth's gargantuan head cresting the horizon, because as we were about to launch our surprise attack, the devious bastards rendezvoused with a considerably larger group. We were now 6 against 16.
What you got in your bags? What you carrying?
Time for Hamworth the Seedbearer Squelcher to prove his worth.
Oh, Christ, that is quite a bit of them, isn't it? Alright guys, change of plan?
Retreat!
Brave Sir Robin ran away. No! Bravely ran away.
I didn't.
When danger is...
It transpires my trusty steed was not, in fact, fast enough to outrun 16 people, a design flaw I shall be raising with the horse. Deja vu struck like a mace to the temple. I had no choice but to reach once more into my anal treasury and produce the remainder of my gold. Freedom secured. Again. I set about acquiring backup. Again. Fortune for once smiled upon Hamworth, for the original 5 looters had broken away from the larger group.
Move to enemy!
Revenge was finally on the menu, and Hamworth was absolutely famished.
Right, that's it, boys, have 'em! Get 'em, boys, quick! Stab in the back! God, you have that, you bastard! Revenge, finally! Ah, my lap!
Finally, Hamworth and his trusty pack of wheat farmers, men who mere days ago had never held anything sharper than a scythe, had redeemed themselves of their prior blunders. Right, what now, chaps? We ventured to the nearest city to sell our plunder and drink some grog. Whilst there, I overheard talk of a tournament. Well, if Hamworth the Squelcher is to etch his name into the consciousness of this realm, there is no better place to start than surrounded by an audience who have nothing better to do on a Tuesday afternoon. Yes, 1 foe down. The crowd were warming to us. You could feel it. The electricity in the air, the smell of unwashed peasantry and cheap meat pies. This was Hamworth's moment. I should briefly mention that at some point between rounds, Hamworth appeared to develop a mild case of narcolepsy and nodded off. Round 2 commenced just in time for him to reawaken with the fury of 1,000 gods and absolutely no memory of having been asleep. Aha! Victory in round 2! We were 1 step away from glory.
Cheese it, cheese it, cheese it, cheese it, cheese it, cheese it, cheese it!
And with a final blow to the throat, Hamworth the Squelcher was victorious. With tournament gold in hand and momentum at our backs, I dispatched my newly emboldened squadron to finish off the remaining looters who'd had the sheer audacity to embarrass me twice at the beginning of all this.
Spear! Full frontal assault, boys! Full frontal assault! Wipe these bastards from the realm of this earth! Ah ha ha! We seize the day, boys! Well done, Ingrid, Xantos, Jim, Edgar, whatever your names are.
We looted the looters of their gold, and they adorned the rags of the fallen, because not only did they deserve stripping, but frankly, it had gotten quite nippy in the evenings, and a loincloth alone wasn't cutting it anymore. Enemies who had previously fancied their chances now thought twice. Some of them thought 3 times. A few simply turned and walked away, which I choose to interpret as respect. Excellent. In an attempt to gather supplies, we stumbled across a nearby village in dire need of a man of my particular expertise. Brigands, apparently, had been causing trouble. Fortunately for this village, they had stumbled upon the one man in all of Bannerlord, least likely to walk away from an opportunity to hit someone and call it community service.
Oi, sorry, I don't think I know you.
You don't know me? It was time to show this ignorant swine exactly what Hamworth was all about. And here's a hint. It involves a pitchfork sigil and a man in someone else's trousers. As I chased the brigands across the countryside, those absolute cretins ran directly into a fully fledged army battalion. The 11 brigands were dispatched with what I would describe as an embarrassment of efficiency. Tales of Hamworth's tournament triumph had evidently preceded him, because the battalion welcomed us with open arms and gifted me a worn, patched gambeson as thanks. I was becoming quite the fashion icon. Later that evening, we closed in on the brigands' hideout. Myself and a few of my finest crept in like a cat burglar with a bad knee. Technically stealthy, questionable in execution.
Quiet now, boys, quiet. Quietly murder these bandits. Sneak, 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 sneak. Tack. Tack. That's it, boys, let's go. Sneak, sneak, sneak. He hasn't seen us yet, boys. Right, you seen us? Go. Have it. Fuck it. You are.
After dispatching most of their crew with considerable enthusiasm, the bandit boss finally revealed himself. It was absolutely imperative that Hamworth won this duel, not merely for tactical reasons, but because the lads were watching. Fight me, you pubescent goat man!
1-on-1! I got this, boys! Watch it! This is how it's done! Cheese it! You can't! I'm straight right, straight right, straight right! And... yeah, shields up. I go. Got you! Block that! And you're dead! See, boys? No sweat of my foreskin.
With the prisoners ransomed and justice thoroughly served, it was time to visit the tavern and enjoy a nice cold pint.
It comes in pints? I can get you one.
The tavern keeper was a handsome fellow with the air of a man who knew things. I inquired where one might find soldiers of superior talent. He mentioned a well-known tracker by the name of Golric. Golric was in the city of Danustica. I would find him eventually. We journey onward, winning tournament after tournament, hunting down bandits, protecting caravans, and generally being an enormous nuisance to anyone with criminal ambitions. Whispers of Hamworth and his Squelcher spread through the region. Raiders fled at the sight of us.
We got no quarrel with you.
It was all going tremendously now. And at long last, our journey brought us to Danustica and to Golric, the tracker.
I don't think I know you.
You don't know me? Well, allow me to introduce myself. I am Hamworth the Squelcher. I'd like you to join me.
More news from the tournament circuit. Quazira and Lyakist were next on the docket. At this point, Hamworth was less a wandering warrior and more a professional tournament enthusiast with a sideline in light banditry. After earning victory in many hard-fought tournaments, included, and I'll be candid, the ones where I spent a meaningful amount of time hiding in a bush, a courier from the Southern Empire arrived with an invitation to serve as a mercenary. I accepted without hesitation. The Seedbearer clan now had the backing of a powerful empire, and the Southern Empire now had the backing of a man who had recently been hiding in a bush. On the city streets, I was approached by a dodgy little bloke by the name of Radagos, the kind of man who sweats even in winter and refers to himself in the third person.
I've been looking for you. We can attack together and save your kin. But in return, I will have the pleasure of killing that bastard. So what do you say?
I sent word to my brother, agreed to Radagos' terms, and arranged to meet the shifty little weasel at his hideout at last light.
Time to get my family owner back. Here they come, lads. Here they come. Have 'em now. Aha. Good job, boys. Let's move on. There they are, boys. Go on. Down the hill. Have 'em. Have 'em. Watch him. He's throwing rocks. Oh, I got this one, boys. Yes. Have him. Ah, nice one, lads.
Bastards! You're the kid of my captives, right? I saw Radigan.
Where is my brother and sister, but...
Nah, there's no more talking. Kill me or I'll kill you. That's how this ends. I'll do you the honour of dueling you, and my men will stand down if you win.
I don't duel, slavers! Boys, fucking lump 'em! There is no honour when it comes to slavers, but...
Hamworth, being a man of his word, allowed Radagos the honour of the final blow on the slaver scum. Conveniently, taller brother Nearson chose this precise moment to return, just as the last of the fighting was done. Impeccable timing, taller brother.
We are all fine. The little ones are scared, but fine.
The family of Squelchers had quadrupled in size. Among the rescued, my nephew Farrokh and my niece Athene. Both were too young for active duty. Taller brother Nearson, however, was of age and joined my party immediately as my surgeon. Given my track record, this was less a luxury and more a medical necessity. It wasn't long before the Southern Empire requested a call to arms, which Hamworth and his Seedbearers graciously answered. And also because we were contractually obligated. We joined up with the forces of Empress Regeer outside the walls of Razi, arriving just in time to watch the siege conclude without us. Marvellous. Nevertheless, we elected to remain with the army. Word spread quickly that the enemy had retaliated and laid siege to Tamna Castle, and we made haste. As much as a full army can make haste, which is to say, not very much. It was there, on the beautiful moonlit plains outside the castle, that we met the enemy, dicks to dicks.
Sergeants in charge!
This is the first proper test, boys. Stick with me. Charge, lads! Charge, boys! Come on! They're coming round the back. Avant! Coming for you, flag bearer. Oh, watch out. Eyes on the road. Oh, yeah, comes the infantry. He's gone. A bit outnumbered, aren't you, boys? Hang on, wait for me. Have this! Ah, shit. I'm in it, boys. Have this! Missed again. Hang on, I'll get this one. Have it! Oh, right, never mind. Turn it back. Huzzah! Watch out, lads! My sword is swinging and I don't know what I'm doing. Ah! Got him around the back, boys. Didn't see me coming up the arse end, did they? Have it! Ah! You sneaky bastard. I love you now. We've got you boys on the run. Oh, you're dead. Nice one. Victory! We got the victory for the Hamworth clan!
A victory for the Southern Empire. With a valiant, absolutely crucial, entirely indispensable assist from clan Seedbearers. We collected our share of the rewards and marched onwards, deeper into the desert, toward Sahel Castle. The siege preparations took many days. Hamworth passed the time constructively, sharpening things, strategizing, and very carefully not mentioning to Empress Regeer that he was mildly allergic to sand. When the assault began, Hamworth and his men skirmished around the starboard edge of the castle, while the main bulk of the army performed its frontal assault. It was at this point that Hamworth remembered he hadn't mentioned his sand allergy. Thus he turned back to inform the Empress. This seemed both courteous and medically necessary. He was immediately interrupted by a volley of arrows. The news would have to wait. Taking a castle while suffering from sand allergies and a light arrow situation had to take priority.
Bloody sand allergies, boys. You can't see a thing. And I beg you guys, I'm just going to move up behind you. Be shielded by now, so you protect me as well. Protect your Hamworth. Protect your Squelcher. Everything in order back there? Look at you, traipsing behind. Come on, catch up with the rest of us. There will be one Kenobi in us here, boys. They've got the high ground. Let's get up there now. Push on. Oh, our archers again. Done here, boys. Come on, get the cover, man. You're right in the open. Right, it's like a moss pit here, boys. We need to move quicker than this. Right, maybe Hamworth will try his hand at shooting of the bow. That's the word. I got it. You can have one. Right up the arse. Oh, hang on. The wall had one. I've weakened the wall, boys. I've weakened the wall. That's it, lads. Push up. I got you covered. I'm covering you, boys. Get the ladders up. Oh, we're going away now. Move forward. Right. Shift over. Hamworth wants some action. We're British. We queue. Oh, oof. Don't bloody fart now, whatever you do, boy. It's like a human centipede on this ladder. Right, here we go. Attack arm. Get him off the wall. Kick him down, boy. Kick him down. Hey, we got him, boys. Oh, fucking arrow in me. All right, boys, they're in the tower. They're locked in the tower like Rapunzel. Here they are, boys. The one shooting us earlier. Get some revenge on these archers. Oh, you bastard. That's my sphincter. It's a bit crowded down here. If you're claustrophobic, I recommend staying behind.
After being pierced by considerably more arrows than Boromir, and Boromir, lest we forget, did not survive, Hamworth endured, survived, triumphed even. The castle fell. The victory was shared. And I spent the next hour pulling things out of myself that had no business being there.
The Sand People are easily startled, but they'll soon be back, and in greater numbers.
Shortly afterward, we encountered an enemy army substantially larger than ours. After a brief internal consultation, I made the entirely logical, strategically sound decision to quietly peel away from Regia's side at the last possible second. As it happened, both armies opted to make peace rather than fight, so it all worked out rather well for everyone. Now it was peacetime, and hoping that Empress Regia had forgotten my very recent, very visible departure from her army, and was instead fondly recalling all the times I had slaughtered her enemies, I decided to propose a new alliance. I offered my taller brother Neeson's hand in marriage. I was, however, swiftly and thoroughly snubbed. Apparently, the going rate for a brother's hand in marriage to an empress was considerably higher than what I currently had on my person, or in my person for that matter. As I departed the Empress's company, I was accosted by a man named Danos and his band of not-so-merry horsemen, who had the audacity to demand I pay tax for setting foot on their lands. A tax for walking? Hamworth does not pay walking tax. His troop doubled ours, and yet Hamworth, a man who has been captured several times and survived more arrows than is reasonable, is not one to back down. Especially not in front of the lads.
Hold this hill, and we have the advantage of high ground. Here they come, lads, here they come. Prepare yourselves now. We may be outnumbered, but we got the tactical advantage. Oh, they're shooting at us. They're coming on the side, they're trying to flank, boys. Stay on the high ground, boys. Stay up here. There we are, right. Oh, they surrounded us, boys. Flat. Right, back it. Every man for himself. There's more. Oh, shit. Oh, bloody hell. The horse is on the hill. The horse on the hill. Oh, I'm surrounded, boys. Protect the squelcher.
Realising we were getting hammered more than a £1 coin in a tumbled dryer, Hamworth opted for the time-honoured play dead tactic after absorbing his 15th arrow. Luckily, it worked. He lived to fight another day. His battalion, however, did not. Those brave men Hamworth had grown to know, to trust, to occasionally remember the names of, had been slaughtered to a man. I was taken captive and dragged through the desert by my foreskin, which is, without question, one of the worst ways to travel. After many painful days of captivity, I found my opportunity to escape. I was alone, armed with nothing but my wits, which, admittedly, was somewhat depleted, and one stolen camel, which I had liberated from Danos himself. Take that, you swine! Golric and taller brother Neeson had miraculously survived the slaughter, so I sent word for the return and made for the nearest village to hire fresh recruits. And then, with the timing of a man who exists specifically to ruin Hamworth's day, Danos appeared out of nowhere. Again. I offered gold. The bastard rejected it. Bugger.
Formation, boys! Loosey-goosey, loosey-goosey.
Follow your sergeants!
Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. Screw you. Oh, shit, you become, alright, alright, boys, just use your weapons and, just poke them with the pointy end. That's it. Here we go, I'll have you straight away. Danos, you mate. Oh, I missed it. I missed them all. They're too quick, boys. I got you backs, boys. I got you backs. Oh, my camel took an arrow to his ass. Oh, my camel. Colin. You bastards. I shall avenge him. You shall taste my wrath now, boys. Come on, let's have it. Confused. I'm too stimulated here.
As Hamworth lay there in the sand with an arrow lodged somewhere in the general vicinity of his forehead, he took a moment, as one does, to reflect on the extraordinary miracle of still being alive. Hamworth dragged himself upright and made for the nearest city on foot. And then, because the universe has a deeply personal vendetta against Hamworth the Squelcher, that devious bastard appeared out of nowhere. Again. I was not remotely ready to enact revenge. The numbers were wrong, the timing was wrong, and frankly, my forehead was still wrong. So, I did what any reasonable, strategically minded commander would do. I offered him gold to leave me alone. He declined. Taller brother Neeson, occasionally useful, devised a plan. We would disperse into the surrounding shrubbery.
Did you say shrubberies?
Yes. Shrubberies are my trade. I'm a shrubber.
And reconvene on the other side. Simple. The sort of plan that works perfectly in theory and catastrophically in practice. In the chaos of the dispersal, we lost 15 men and a pair of shoes. With only a small, battered, largely shoeless party remaining, we made our way past the village, and I allowed myself... Bloody hell! Are you bloody serious, man? Bugger off! We fled the desert at a considerable pace, legging it across the dunes with the energy of men who have had quite enough of this particular geographical region until we reached our allies' castle. Hamworth approached the gates and hailed the guards for entry. And hopefully, some bloody peace and quiet to regroup. That didn't last long. Quite a lot of enemies, it turned out. Slightly outnumbered. Bugger.
All we gotta do, boys, is just stay in these walls, and the walls will protect us. That's what they were built for. Right, lads? Let the archers do the work. Infantry, with me in the back. Right, let me just go see what's occurring over these walls, and then I'll come back with some information. All right, boys? Just sit tight here now. Oh, Christ, there is quite a vast number out there. Ah! Bastard! I think not. They're coming up the ladders. Come on. You let them come up already. We're supposed to defend the wall. Right, this isn't looking good, boys. Fall back. It's a choke point here, boys. We'll have them straight away now. Watch this. That's it, boys. Keep on up. Keep on up. You bastard. All that. Have that. Off. Oh, my leg. Oh, he's after me, but... Oh, boys, what have you got? He's gonna get me. Right, I'm out here.
Luckily, Hamworth and a small number of his men escaped through a secret passage at the back of the castle. The remaining troops were left to their doom, which I shall not dwell on because there's quite a lot to get through. We fled to another castle, which, to our considerable dismay, was also being besieged. We rushed the gates, found an arrow slit around the side, squeezed through it in single file like the world's most undignified rescue mission, and found ourselves inside the castle, where we were, once again, surrounded by enemies.
Right, good job we found that arrow slit, boys, or we would have been stuck in there. Oh, trebuchet, is it?
Catapult!
Out the bloody way! Hamworth's got this, don't worry, boys. Well, someone load it for me, in. Oh, God. This way, this way. Where did they find you? Fire! Oh, got it, boys. 3 line there. Let's have them. Fire! Ah, that! They thought they could all hide behind that tree. Oh, look at that. We are getting mass casualties here. They've got a ram. They're breaking the door, boys. Come on, turn the catapult. We'll have these ones now. Oh, the multiple kill. Right, they're in now, boys. I've severely weakened them. All right, I'm stuck. Oh, no.
And so, once again, Hamworth found himself in captivity. This time, at least, it was in a proper dungeon cell. After 5 days of captivity, Hamworth had shed enough weight to make the bars of his cell a viable exit. 5 more days to regroup with his lucky companions, then back into the fray. He joined up with his employer's army outside the walls of the castle to face the enemy head on.
2 enemy! Here they come! Charge! Boys, it's fucking chaos out here! Oh! And it, victory's ours!
A much-needed victory. With momentum at hand, we marched to Unira, racing to intercept the besiegers before they could consolidate their position. Hamworth and his troop broke away from the main army and made haste for the castle, once again sneaking in through an arrow slit to send word to the defenders inside that reinforcements were on the way.
Right, boys, good job we got through that other arrow slit. Come on, lads, come on, keep moving. No time to dilly-dally. Up to the tower, boys. I know exactly where I'm going. What are you doing? Over here, man. Over here. Come on. Who put this guy in charge of the rocks? That's how it's done, boys. Redeemed myself. Here we go. Step some rocks in my hole, but over here. Shit, they in? Oh, my God. All right, okay. This doesn't look good. Come on, lads. Stay on the walls now. Oh, fuck. Too many on the wall. Ah. I hit my ankle. These guys, I suppose. Yeah. Have them. Well, the wood had it. Crack that wood. Ah! Right. Boys, come on. Let's go around. Yeah, I'm just going to wait back here.
Realizing, with a quiet clarity that only comes from watching a siege go catastrophically sideways in real time, that a continued presence inside the castle was doing more harm than good, I made the executive decision to gather my men and sneak back out through the arrow slit. Once outside, we swung around to hit the enemy's reinforcements from the flank.
This is how we're done, boys, now. We'll catch them off guard, yeah? Move back to the tree line, boys! Quick! Move back to the tree line! We've lost the advantage! Damn it! Right, follow me, boys! We'll meet them here! The horses can't navigate through the forest! Push up the hill! Over the hill far away! Hamworth the Squelcher's come to play! Hey, well, boys, push them down! They're having it now! Get my rocks off now, boys! Ah! Ah, you bastard! For the Squelchers! For the Squelchers! Right, keep moving, boys! Around the tree line! Around the tree line! It's absolutely chaos, boys! Just get them there! Just go into a boat! Just smash into these bastards! You have them now! Here we are! Don't hit me! I'll hit you! Get them, boys! Protect my rear! My rear is getting a pounding! Ah! That's it! We've got them on the back foot now! Thanks to Hamworth tactics! Smother them! Send them to the afterlife! Here we are, boys! They're on the run!
Having won the day, I helped myself to a generous share of the spoils and made my way down to the castle dungeon, purely for the theatre of it. One of the prisoners, apparently unable to withstand the full force of Hamworth's mockery, cracked almost immediately and offered to betray the location of his remaining battalion in exchange for me stopping. I agreed. We shook in it. Having been separated from the main army, just Hamworth and a small escort trotting cheerfully back through the countryside, I realised somewhat belatedly that a man who had just watched me humiliate him in his own dungeon and then sent me to kill all his friends might not, in fact, have been acting entirely in good faith. He laid a trap. Clearly I had become enough of a threat to be worth the trouble. I chose to interpret this as a compliment.
They think they can trap Hamworth? Think again, boys! Hold the village! Oh, Colin! He's got a fucking arrow in his gob. Oh, Colin's been hit in the gob. How dare you shoot my camel? Boys, move back to this pig pen. We'll make our last stand in this hog pit. In this cesspool of despair. Here they come. Ah! Oh, shit. Stay, boys. Don't let them get me. Oh, crap. This is not looking good now, is it? I'm going to die in a pigsty. Oh, it's just me. All right, over there. Out, over there. I'm just going to keep hopping over here and hope it works. All right. Yeah, come get me now, boys. What are you going to do? Aha! You can't jump, can you, with all our armor? Get off me! I'm stuck in a fucking trough! Ah!
And so we arrive once again at the part of the story where Hamworth negotiates his own release with money he can barely afford to part with. We rejoined the army at full charge and threw ourselves into the next engagement with the reckless abandon of men who had absolutely nothing left to lose and a great deal of anger to work through. Hamworth led from the front, as he always does, because leading from the back requires a level of self-preservation instinct that Hamworth simply does not possess.
There is strength in numbers. Strength in numbers, boys. Right, how are you doing there? Good? Yeah, nice beard, lad. Do you speak English? Where are you from, man? Oh, God, you look terrified. Right, I'll be brief with you all. Mostly because I find you all quite draining, to be honest. Today we go to war. I shan't sugarcoat it. The odds are not in our favour. They are, in fact, aggressively against us. They have cavalry, archers, a general who allegedly once read a book about tactics. We have, well, a slot. And whatever Golric thinks that weapon is. Now, I won't insult your intelligence by telling you this will be easy. I will, however, insult it in several other ways before the day's out. Fight with everything you have, which I appreciate, in some case, isn't much. Should we prevail, the glory shall be shared equally. Should we fail, I shall be ensuring history remembers this as entirely your idea. Right then. Squelch forth! Sneak. I'll just crouch here, boys. All right, lads, I've had a look over the hill here. Oh, fuck, there they come. I didn't see them. All right, get ready. Hold it, boys. Let them come. Let them come. Oh, you move back. Wait for me. Yeah, now, Alan. Well, that's not ideal. Keep going, I'm thinking. This is fine. This is absolutely fine, boys. Nobody panic. I'm panicking, but nobody else should. Hold the line. For the line. Oh, don't. Honestly, at this point, it don't matter. I'm legging it, boys. There you go. Oh, my arse gland. Keep going without me. I'm just resting. You're bleeding again. I'm always bloody bleeding taller brother Neeson. That's not new information, but he's down. Can somebody get Hamworth?
Yeah, he's injured again.
Attack, boys. Send him to the afterlife.
For Hamworth!
Whilst recovering from my butt wound, I was approached by Lady Verena, who had heard of my fame and required my assistance in a matter of espionage. And so, with a new purpose and a freshly healed posterior, Hamworth and Golric ventured into the city to locate the culprit at hand. During my distraction with Lady Verena's side quest, the city became besieged by the enemy. I had barely recovered from my anal wound, but Hamworth, being the brave Squelcher Seedbearer, was the first to offer his assistance by breaking out and ambushing the besiegers.
Do you know how much it hurts riding a camel with an arse wound? No, probably not, because nobody else gets shot in the arse with an arrow apart from Hamworth. Oh, careful, Colin! Smack the wood with your sword! Ah! Oh, crap! Ah, fuck! I'm hurt again! Carry me back, boys!
Having been carried back through the gates by two men who were, to their credit, trying very hard not to drop me, and having successfully weakened the besiegers' siege equipment in the process, the situation, for the first time in what felt like several geological epochs, was looking manageable.
Ah! Oh, I'm not doing well, boys. I'm not doing well at all. I'm hurt everywhere, in all of my crevices. Ah, more people on me. Oh, get away from me, man! I give up. I'm out. I'm done. I'm cancelling my contract.
It was clear my assistance wasn't working out for the Southern Empire. It was time to go back to my roots, to my own folk, the Botanians, betraying my current allies in the process in order to find my true calling. I sought out the Botanian leadership and was directed towards Tors, a woman of considerable standing, considerable stubbornness, and, it rapidly became apparent, considerable standards. Tors, it transpired, had requirements, conditions, a list of expectations so extensive it made the Magna Carta look like a post-it note. If my own people wouldn't have me, I would simply find better people, specifically the Vlandians, and their king, Durthard. I made my case. I listed my victories. I presented House Seedbearer. I gestured metaphorically at the pitchfork sigil. Durthard looked at me for a long moment, and then he made me an offer.
And on the 10th day of winter, 1085, Seedbearer joined the kingdom of Vlandia.
Not taking rejection well, a trait I share with most great men of history, I decided to enact revenge on Tors and the Botanians for the sheer indignity of turning down my marriage offer.
Push that siege weapon up. Come on, I give you a hand. Use your muscles, boys. Get it to the walls. We'll smash that doors down in no time. Nearly there, boys. Oh, we got a man down. Oh, he ran over by the wheel as well. Oh, that's disgusting. Pull! And push! And pull and push. You get the idea. Just pull and push it. We got this, boy. Then, move forward. Serves them right for declining Hamworth's requests. Come on, boys, get in. What are you doing? Bloody hell, man. All right, watch out. Hamworth coming through. Chase them, boys. Come on.
At which point Durthard, in his infinite kingly wisdom, announced a peace agreement with the Botanians. Hamworth stood there for a moment. Hamworth put his sword away. Always faithful, never one to betray, accepted Durthard's decision with the grace of a true knight and the eternal monologue of a man absolutely seething. Fortunately, Durthard had something of a consolation prize on offer. War with the Sturgeons. Cold, miserable, snow-drenched war in the frozen north. And upon victory, the hand of a beautiful Vlandian maiden in marriage. Hamworth packed his warmest stolen trousers and headed north.
Ha! Into the fray! I say, boys, here they come. Here they come. They're shield walling us. Come on. In formation now. Now! Oh, I got axed. Oh! You want a bit of me, do you? Well, I want a bit of you. I want all of you. Oh, you smash you. Oh, thank you. Saved by the horsemaster. We got this, boys. Come on, then. Come on. Around the flank, around the rear. They stand no chance. The cold don't slow me down. Well done, boys. They're retreating to their castle. Quick, no time to delay. Come on. Whoop.
Double kill.
What? I'll have
Triple
you all.
kill.
I'll have you all. Come on, kill streak going here. You have the
Overkill.
arenas on his way!
Kill. Tacular. Kill-trocity.
Stop it with the mallet already, blow.
Killamajaro.
Oh, cheers for that, mate. Push on then!
Kill-tastrophe.
Not many left!
Kill-pocalypse.
Oh, I'm good.
Killionaire.
You can't stop
Sword
me.
spree.
Little Hamworth is here to hand out multiple beatings.
Yes! I am invincible!
Having won a resounding victory under the watchful eye of Durthard, I was granted something I had been working towards since the very first loincloth-clad charge against 5 looters in a field. The power to raise an army of my own. And I knew exactly where that army was going first. The Botanians.
Now, we shall finally get my revenge on my kinfolk. I'll stand up here. I'll be the first one into the fray, boys. Don't worry. Stay behind there, boys. You're safe behind the siege towers. Come on, then. There is one Hamworth that still draws breath in this tower. Oh, shit. Oh. Boys, I've rolled my ankle. Protect me. All right, move on. Move in. Oh, there are, boys. Have them now. Quick. Push in. Ah. Stop dying so bloody loudly. We're winning, technically, by some definitions. Ah. They're falling back, boys. Push onward. Rugby tackle them.
The bastard Botanians have pulled back and are mounting a last stand in their keep. I selected my finest warriors, my most battle-hardened, most arrow-resistant men.
We're taking this keep, boys, and my revenge shall be fulfilled. What? I'm a whackmaster. I'll spread my seed on the heads of the fallen. Ha! Here you are, boys. Finish them off. Keep pushing up. Come on. To the throne room.
Castle taken. However, the Southern Empire, my former employers, were extremely keen to take it back. Evidently, they hadn't forgotten about the abandonment after all.
Oh, crap, all right. They remembered I abandoned them. Come on, then. Let's show them what they missed out on. Heels on me, boys, if we win this. Heels on me. We did it, boys. They're falling back.
A resounding success. The Southern Empire retreated. House Seedbearer had its first proper stronghold, but not without cost. Word reached my ear that Lord Unthery, a man of considerable value to our cause, and, more importantly, a man I quite liked, had been captured during the engagement and was being held in the enemy's dungeon. It fell to Hamworth to get him out. I made my way through the town, down into the dungeons, and located Lord Unthery in his cell.
Right, let's go, boy. Keep quiet now, right? There's going to be people up here. Oh, you shit, there they are. Have him. Have him. Get him, but... Nice one, Unthery. Come on. We sneak through here now. Where you've gone? Come on, man. What you doing behind the corner, man? You gotta get out. Come on. Oh, beer, quick. Oh, crap. Have him. That's it. I got him. Let's go. Have this, you bastard. Oh, I missed. Unthery. Oh, I have him. Ah, good job, boy. And in from behind there. Nearly there, boy. Nearly there. Oh, crap, there's more. Have it. Unthery, stay back, but... Oh! Stay back, or else me for nothing. Have you now? Hello?
Having successfully extracted Lord Unthery from his imprisonment, I was summoned before King Durthard. The offer of marriage was extended. A Vlandian maiden, Sylvain by name, and by all accounts a woman of extraordinary patience given what she is about to marry into. On the 7th day of spring, in the year 1087, in a ceremony that Hamworth attended in his finest set of not-stolen trousers, Hamworth the Squelcher of House Seedbearer, tournament champion, professional captive, camel thief, and a man who had been dragged through the desert by his foreskin, married Sylvain. Hamworth the Squelcher. Legend. Or something very close to it. No time to consummate, however, and believe me, the disappointment was mutual and keenly felt, for the drums of war had already begun to beat. One final battle stood between Hamworth and his retirement. Durthard made the term simple. Win this, and Hamworth could hang up his sword. The army advanced first, expecting a clean victory. The enemy did not advance. The first punch was ferocious. The enemy, stronger than anticipated, absorbed it, held and pushed back.
Taller brother Neeson did what he could with the first wave of troops, but the enemy out-strategized him. We were forced to fall back to the second line at Brandywine Bridge, a name that sounds considerably more romantic than it looked, which was a narrow stone crossing, a great deal of mud, and approximately 200 men preparing to have a very bad afternoon. The enemy, emboldened now, advanced on our position. A thunderous crash of steel and meat erupted across the crossing, the kind of collision that you feel in your chest before you hear it in your ears. Men pushed, men shoved, the bridge groaned. Swords found gaps in armour, shields splintered. Someone screamed something deeply personal at an enemy soldier from a distance of approximately 4 inches. It was, in the truest sense of the word, a scrap. The bastards managed to push the men back, inch by inch, boot by boot. The line began to give. The bridge was slipping. The momentum was theirs. But the king still had his ace up his sleeve. It was time for Hamworth to join the fray.
Boys, this is it. Fight with me and hold your oath fulfilled. Follow me to battle. If Danos could see me now, he'd be absolutely shitting his medieval undergarments. Forward! You bastards! Spears and arrows can't stop me! I shall squelch upon your bloody cadavers!
Hamworth raised his spear.
Come on then! Die, you peasants! Tally ho!
And Hamworth the Squelcher, Seedbearer, husband of Sylvind, champion of tournaments, veteran of dungeons, survivor of deserts, man of the pitchfork sigil, charged his horse directly over a small cliff at the edge of the battlefield, past the battle, through the air, and into the ground on the other side at considerable speed. And so abruptly ends the legend of Hamworth the Squelcher, of House Seedbearer. He came from nothing, he wore a loincloth, he fought 5 men and lost, he fought 500 men and mostly lost. He was captured more times than any man has a right to survive. He loved the camel, he lost the camel, and he married well above his station. And he died as he lived, at full gallop, in entirely the wrong direction. But by golly, what a ride.
Hey, you. You're finally awake.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
Oh, gather close, ye drunkards, for I got a tale to tell of Hamworth and his seed-bearers and all the times he fell. He rode up from the loading screen in nothing but a cloth. He battled in a hog pen before tripping over a trough. Oh, Hamworth, the squelcher of the Bay, captured 5 times over, but he never did go pale. He fought 5 filthy looters and they beat him to the floor. He paid them with his bottom gold and swore he'd settle the score. He came back with 6 soldiers, got annihilated again, retrieved his gold from storage and went looking for more men. Oh, Hamworth, the squelcher rides again. He won himself a tournament, he stabbed them in the throat. He nicked a dead man's trousers and his brother stole a goat. He thought he'd tell the Empress he was allergic to the sand. She stared at him in silence, for she could not understand. Then Danos came a-calling with his arrows flying bright. So he stole the bastard's camel and rode off through the night. Oh, Hamworth, dragged through sand and worse by parts of him that'll not be named in this particular verse. With a pitchfork on his banner and his gold up his ass, if Gandalf were to challenge him, he surely shall not pass. His slightly taller brother watched him as he wed, but he didn't get to plow her because he ended up dead. Oh, Hamworth, back into the fray. He just got himself a wife and couldn't last a day. He charged charged into the final fight atop his camel steed. He screamed of squelching cadavers as he was picking up speed. He raised his spear to glory with a mighty battle cry and rode directly off a cliff into the unforgiving sky. Raise your tankards, 3 cheers for Hamworth Squelcher, lads. Hip, hip, for he can't hear ye.
Well, this is I says a lot of work, can it, bugger? I says a lot of work. I tell ya, I need a nice little drink now before I get back. And tack. Tapped it everywhere, fucking dickhead, man. Oh shit, I forgot to pause the thing.
In this series, we shall chronicle the extraordinary tale of one man's journey from the very bottom rung of the social ladder. One step from etching the name of Squelcher into the mouths of every individual unfortunate enough to witness this magnificent, magnificent... It was at this point that Hamworth remembered he hadn't mentioned this... legging it across the dunes with the energy of men who have had quite enough of this particular geographical... racing to intercept the besiegers before they could consolidate. I've also given him eyes that suggest he has... We sent word to the ones who had looked at Hamworth the Squelcher the people I had rather visibly abandoned a great deal of mud and approximately 200 men preparing to have a bath. Rewind. And approximately 200 men preparing to have a very bad afternoon. Break a voice. And approximately 200 men preparing to have a very bread afternoon. Yes, what are you, bread or water, bread or fish? After earning victory in many a hard-fought tournament.
Alexa, stop.